Alright, let's take a look at the Keystone Clash Vendor Room. This will be a longer video, but we'll go through it at the same pace as I walk through it, and we'll look at everything, and we'll talk about it a little bit. This first booth, when you walk in, has a lot of different stuff. They've got Pleco caves there, like what Greg Sage talks about, with the blue on the outside and textured being what he finds works best. They've got plecos, cherry, shrimp, and you'll see as we go along there was a lot of plecos, a lot of shrimp. More shrimp, guppies, and this display method here for plecos, I hadn't seen this before. It has its good points and its bad points. And then up here we've got more plecos on top. Looks like they've got some snails in there. Down here we've got some cories and more plecos. And then we've got some Pleco caves. And it looks like they're Pleco hotels is the name of the group that was doing this booth. All kinds of shapes and sizes of caves for, looks like plecos and pistos, shrimp, and all kinds of different stuff. We've got their banner here, Pleco Hotels and Accessories. I guess that's their official name. Got all their little stuff, natural looking ones, and kind of the uniform looking ones. Little condos there, stickers, all kinds of food. And then they've got brine shrimp hatcheries, breeding nets. And then over on the next booth, we see that he's got a art already hanging on the walls. And Austin's Aquatic Art. Got some good stuff here. And there's his sign up on the wall there. Seeing the art like this makes me realize how untalented I am. And then we've got Dragon's Axes. And as I walk through filming this, there aren't any axolotls actually out. And that may be because of the temperature in the room. It was pretty warm in there. She had some out here and there throughout the show, but she's got some plushies and her information out for how to take care of them, different stuff like that. The next booth here, hornwort. Looks like some shrimp there. And the ones up this wall here, this is what they called like the hobbyist swap tables. Wasn't a full-fledged vendor booth. They got, I think it was one table and it was a smaller allotted amount of space. But they still really had a lot of good stuff. Some of it rivaled the others. And here we have Crypt Keeper Aquatics and all of his plants. Lots of crypts and other aquatic plants that I'm no expert on. But then he's also got shrimp and different 3D printed things back there. All kinds of nice stuff. And I got busy talking a little bit, so we're moving along. The next table here, try not to get in these guys' way as they're doing some business. But they got some worm cultures, and that was Frogbit Aquatics. So like over here's angelfish. Nice looking angels. them all propped up there, looking nice. Mox Bulgarian Green. So there he's got different types of angelfish. Got some Java moss there on the end. And then here we come up with some snail food. We got the little shrimp sticks or shrimp lollies or whatever you want to call them. Lake to Land Aquatics. They've got a YouTube channel, so check them out. They've got all kinds of shrimp stuff. And then down here, different types of fish here. We've got, I didn't get good pictures of it. Tiny little betas in there, so cute. First time I came through, I didn't realize there was even fish in there. But then we've got plants. And this is LJ shrimp. And then over here, we've got some cribs, Java fern, Anubias, dwarf sage, all kinds of plants there. This is Fish for You. This is their website. All kinds of different plants. And they got some plecos, blue-eyed lemon plecos. They've got different snails, guppies, more snails. They've got some cories up there, different kinds of snails. And then over to the next booth here. This one is the Aquarium Club of Maryland. They've got all their social media up there. They had stuff over here they were raffling off. Selling some plants and different stuff there. And over here is the American Killifish Association. And she's got barbs, killifish, daphnia, some darrow worms. She had some gadiots earlier. I can't tell if she's got them now or not. Got some different little dry goods stuff there, toys and keychains and stuff. Then over here, this one, we've got different types of guppies. It's top rank guppies. And the next one here, the sign just says plecos. So they've got axolotls. And then in here we've got some plecos, cories, and some more plecos, some more cories, more plecos, a box full of angelfish, and some blowfish. The next table here, we've got some dry goods, different stuff for saltwater, freshwater, all kinds of different supplies there. And there is Tennessee Fish Mafia shirts. This booth was Gina's booth. Sorry for the jumping around. I'm trying to cut out when there were empty tables. But this booth has some awesome art. Stickers, pictures and stuff. This one here, Cats Aquatics. They've got some betas. Different food items there. Snails. Filters, little caves and stuff for shrimp. And then some crested geckos. Next table here. I honestly didn't get a good look at what this stuff was. It looked all neat, but I was really rushing through it, honestly. But this is Father Fish's booth. I wish I had noticed those shirts whenever I was going through before. And I would have bought me one. I didn't even notice. But he's got his supplements for his dirty tank methods. Different stuff there. Then over here, got Sam Scales' table. All of his artwork. All this nature fish and shrimp and other nature stuff. A whole lot more talent than I could ever dream of having. But he's got them all different sizes. About any type of fish that you could think of. And there's Sam over here at the next door neighbor's booth, looking at betas, it looks like. And that's Carol's beta. Looks like. Looks like there's more plecos there. Betas here. Angelfish. More Corys. We've got some wood and some lights, equipment type stuff, some Danios. Looks like more plecos. Ah, there's some coral. Didn't see much coral. Atlantic Aquariums. So they've got some dry goods here, some foods. For Pashy, Sarah. Let's see. There's some nets, some caves, some backgrounds, some lighting, filters. They got the whole setup there for you. Artwork. Looks like substrate and CO2 system, diffusers, all kinds of plants, tissue cultures. And see, I miss a lot when I'm going through this thing. If I'd seen all that CO2 stuff, I would have got some of that too. But there's so much stuff with these things that I miss a lot of it. Alright, this table here. Looks like we got shrimp, different types of shrimp there, yellow golden backs, blue dreams, assassin snails. We got moss, guppies, red root floaters, pearlweed. You can kind of tell what catches my eyes, but I kind of pause on certain things longer. But then over here, they got the Turkana jewels. I didn't see what those cichlids were. This is Small World Aquatics. There's their social media stuff. We got some platies, guppies, more guppies down here, plecos, green dragon. And they got these killifish, peacock gudgeons, rice fish, and they got Medaka rice fish up top here. I almost came home with some of those. I kept having to talk myself out of buying fish, and I still wound up buying some. Got more plecos, histogramas, here we got, looks like guppies and maybe some rainbow fish. Got some driftwood. And then they got some botanicals over here. Shrimp food, spawning moths. And this booth has a bunch of different stuff for whatever your needs might be. Even got the live cultures over here. Alright, coming around the corner, we've got a Super Cichlids Dr. Basilier's display. And we've got aquarium co-op stuff. It's not aquarium co-op wasn't there. The Super Cichlids is showing some of the aquarium co-op stuff. They've got stuff from the ACA convention, and these fish here were offspring of the winner of their show at the ACA. Packaged blackworms. Looks like some food from Germany. Extreme foods. I bet they were selling that wood too. It's not just there for decoration. They've got more stuff back in there, canister filters and plushies. And this says Northeast Council of Aquarium Societies. So Greg Jones was there representing, and he had all kinds of botanicals, pods, and huts, and stuff like that. He had some plants that he was making deals with. This is JD Aquatics. It says there they've got Pistogrammas, Cories. Sneak in this booth right here, take a look. There's pistos, different kinds. Some half beaks, more pistos. Some plecos in there with them. Some angelfish. Plecos, tetras, plecos, different types of plecos. Cories, so many varieties of pistogrammas. I didn't even notice. More cories. Still yet another variety of pisto and a cory. There's some clown killies, ember tetras, black rams, winter blue caras, stir-by cories, bristlenose plecos, more pistos, Cubitai rasboras. Alright, we've seen every apisto that they're known to man, I think. We got gold rams, cichlid food, different fish food there. And I'm moving too fast for me to read the labels. But there's different types of cichlids, plecos here. This is Mike's cichlids. There's some plecos there and there. Different kinds, of course. Oh, some more back there. And over here and there. And then we get to some angelfish. And some African cichlids. And then he's got his koozies and mugs. And another table that the vendor didn't show for. This booth here, I thought this was just art, but it's upcycled glass that she turns into caves and hides for the fish, plus art, so jewelry and like stuff to hang in your windows to get the light through. But I thought the caves and the hides for the fish made out of what would otherwise go to a landfill is just a genius idea that more of us fish keepers should be looking at. There's her information. And on around the corner here, a huge crate full of giant wood. I would have loved to have had this stuff. Don't have a tank that it would fit in, but I would love to have a tank that it would fit in. There we've got some bishers and some peacocks. Those are some nice looking bishers in there. The discus were catching people's eyes from across the room. Here they are up close. And then they've got small ones too. Little arowana. Oh, and some plecos. Some angelfish and some clown loaches. Down here on the bottom, cardinal tetras. Emperor tetras. Coolie loaches. Got some albino bishers, eels, flower horn, some tetras and shrimp, tetras, some, oh, what are those fish called? That was a flower horn, Romanose tetras, frontosa, that's what that word was. There was frontosas in there, little baby frontosas. It's got all the plushies laid out there, more giant wood. Then he's got some odds and ends stuff, some botanicals, and a filter there, a couple filters. There's his information. Some shells for shell dwellers. Then we got CAK Aquatics. Maybe it's CAK Aquatics. I don't know. Alright, I'm staring at the floor. Here we go. Alright. Plecos. Pistogrammas. Then we got shrimp over there. More plecos. Swing around here. Here we got some plants. And I just love how these plants are displayed in these little glasses. It just, I don't know, it just captures the plant in all of its beauty, I guess. The lighting does a good job on it. There's a little sword plant that's got some attention. Got some weights there for like pleco foods, or I guess to weight the plants down. Some of the reds in these plants are just popping. Some water lettuce. There's some petricola in there, albino and normal. They have wood down here on the bottom. Some different plants here. And a chart of cory cats. Alright, then we come over here and they've got jewelry and little paludarium style stuff. And I didn't realize until the very end that they were selling dart frogs also. Some of these setups had dart frogs in them, and some of those little containers, deli cups that are on the table have dart frogs in them. Those right there, I believe, have the dart frogs in them. But then they have, they were selling the flightless fruit flies. This little terrarium had dart frogs in it. That's how I found out later as I walked by, saw them moving in it. Mark Shelley Aquatics. So got some of his plants there. Shrimp foods. Shrimp, of course. More of those. Mark Shelley Aquatics. Come on over here. Here we've got some platies. This is Sunfin's Fishy. And those were, here's a little ad for an expo coming up. But he had Assassin Snails there. And he's got some Tetras here. Emperor Tetras, I think they are. And he's got Severums and different stuff in there. Had Discus in there. And then over here, we've got some angels, guppies, different type of angels, rummy nose tetras. And back here we've got some albino Oscars. Bristle nose plecos, rainbow fish. We've got some angels here. And you got to realize as I'm walking through this that they've already went a good portion of the day selling stuff. So we're coming up on Silver Moon Aquatics. So since they've been selling stuff for a good portion of the day, maybe a day and a half at this point, I don't remember. No, this is the end of Friday night. So they've been selling all day Friday. And so a lot of stuff's already gone. But here we've got all kinds of guppies. There was shrimp earlier, endlers. More guppies, more endlers, all kinds of different varieties. There's plants. And over here, this is Brienne and the Barrels booth. They got some spawning mops, some substrate for grindle worms. They've got some botanical stuff like some leaf litter. And then on the other side of the booth, they've got the worm cultures, vinegar eel cultures, and we'll get to the other side of her booth a little bit later. This is Splashy Fish. We talked to him for quite a while before. He's a beta farm that was growing betas in the Carolinas and has since moved his operation, or is in the process of moving his operation, to Thailand. Thailand or Vietnam, I don't remember which one. But he had some wonderful stuff, really nice guy. It's splashyfishstore.com. And the next booth here, the Fish Coliseum. They've got plecos, more plecos, and more plecos. Too bad we didn't see any plecos at this convention. What have we got in here? Ah. And there's Pleco Caves. And the stickers and koozies and over here we've got, oh, more Plecos. All joking aside, there was a large variety of plecos there. About any type of pleco you could think of, someone was selling there. And then we've got the Garden of Eaters booth here, selling shirts, foods, coral frag holders, tiny tanks, micro tanks, I guess is what you call them. All little supplements and foods for shrimp. That little tank there, that is a saltwater tank with sexy shrimp in it. It is the tiniest little saltwater tank I have ever seen. Then they've got some live food cultures. And then some different types of shrimp there. Or I'm sorry, these are the fish. White clouds. And if you had some rice fish and some guppies. Some snails. Then we get over here, we can start getting shrimp and plants. Garden of Eater always has some nice plants, nice shrimp. Well, they always have nice everything. Come around the corner of their booth. There's Grant. More plants in the tank there. And in the little tub. And then API had their spin and win wheel. The representative there would spin the wheel for you, and whatever it landed on, you would get for free. So I wound up coming home with a water bottle, a tote, and some of their new dechlorinator. Don't ask me how I got 3 prizes when you get 1 spin. Just lucky, I guess. This booth here has artificial plants and rock, and then some real plants. Got the pothos to hang over the top. This is Jesse's Just One More Fish. And it's got some aquatic plants. Some peacocks. Blood parrots. Axolotls up here on top. Got some black Moscow guppies and some cories. Got some more cories, some mollies. Looks like some guppies or endlers. Guppies. Mutt guppies. Half black and some black cories. And the red devil there. Short body green terror. Some betas and some glasses. That's an interesting display. Guppy grass, dry goods, filter, and some used equipment, some new little heaters, some larger filters. And then over here, let's see, a sand waterfall. That's a good idea. This is Cuboid Aquatics. I believe they are the ones that donated the tanks to the aquascaping competition. They've got a variety of stuff: dwarf grummies, honey grummies, wild betas, wild beta splendens, high fin platies, chili rasboras, dwarf grummies, red lizards, different types of wild betas, killifish, Emperor tetras, more red lizard, killifish, Emperor tetras, panda cories, harlequin. I can see what that was. I thought it was rasbora. Ocelotus gold shell dwellers. I just hadn't heard of black harlequin rasboras. More shell dwellers, more cories. I believe that's substrate. Or maybe rock to escape with. Alright, then over here we've got fish. Those look like a rasbora of some sort. Or maybe some tetras. Alex's Fish Room, New York City, I think it said. A variety of different stuff. Cories. More cories. A variety of them. Different types. Lots and lots of variety there. Looks like you got plecos. All kinds of different catfish. There's a pleco. Alright, this is the other side of the Farrell's, Brienne's booth. They benefited by some of the vendors not showing up, so they got to get a double booth instead of just the one they'd planned on. So they kind of made like a walkway through it there to access one aisle to the next. But they've got their isopods, red wiggler cultures, little artwork there, botanicals, root tabs. And they can't be left out. They've got their cories. And they've got some live bears, plecos. Everybody's got to have some plecos. Some limias, rice fish. A little thing there for the animal rescue. This next table here has got some escaping supplies. Got some little plants there. Again, in these neat little cups or bowls, or whatever you call those things. Caridina shrimp. More caridina shrimp. And I'm sure they're selling the plants over there too. I got the spider wood, rock. And over here, this booth, Trev's Wet Room. They've got plecos, angels, pistos, and the plants, of course. Panda gars. They got a screen going showing different plant stuff. I wet my plants. Anubias, mono shrimp, more plants, more and more plants. They go to everything from the Java fern and the Anubias and the beginner plants to the real high-tech, rare CO2 style plants over there. To the next table here, Vero Aquatics. Got a few varieties of plecos. And we've got some guppies. Jar full of snails. We've got angelfish. Lots and lots of angelfish. That looks like some pickles. Yep. Anubias. I should have came home with more plecos. Then we got a clearance section here. This is KJE Aquatics' table. He even had a clearance section at the event. As if his deals weren't already good enough, he's marking them down even more. But he had sponges and shrimp food, and fish foods, and all the chemicals you can need. There's little shrimp sticks, the lollies, or what are we going to call them. There's his information if the glare gets out of the way. Check him out on YouTube also. Got nets. Fish bags. Dr. Bassleer foods. It's got the Rapashi. He was even doing a drawing that if you bought something from him over the weekend, right before they closed the vendor room down, he was going to do a drawing. There we got Fritz products. We had the Easy Case back there where the back end comes off of them, so you can get your pleco or your fry out. Got all the Fritz stuff. And here we've got the botanicals with the coconuts. I think this little box there is what he was raffling off. A ton of the botanical stuff. And here he's got the bagged up leaves and pods and cones and anything you could want for your botanical needs. And even back here on the back. Indian almond leaves, all those pods, wood. Alright, then over here's Lily Ichthyology. I met her last year at the Triple Crown and really like what she's doing. I'll put together a video later on that. Her thing here, but she was selling pins. Then this next booth here, I stopped to talk, so I missed a lot of it. But they had cichlids, they had signs. They even had some holding there. So, you get a bonus deal, you buy that one. There's some really nice different types of cichlids there. This booth here, some nice wood, heaters, and plecos of more rare variety. Zebras and different stuff there. Had some wood, some heaters, some substrates, some parts to different things. He was even selling his tanks. So towards the end of the event there, his tanks price, sell his tanks out from underneath his fish. At least I think that was this booth. assassin snails. Looks like assassin snails were popular also. Got some aquarium plants. And then got some caves over here. Different types for the different plecos. And come around through here, we've got some shirts. The Carolina Aquatic Expo. Looks like fishy themed jewelry, keychains. Samurai Aquatics. Books. Flyers for the expo. Nets. And plecos. He had some nice, what they call them, Snow White plecos. Got Venezuelan cories. More cories. Cardinal tetras. More plecos there. Different varieties of them. Still more plecos. Different types of cories. Tanks are sold out. But still plecos. Hypensistrus. They're super wide. L333. Neon tetras. More Snow Whites. Those are long fins on that tank though. And over here we've got the shrimp sticks by Crayfish Empire. Got a box of plants. Had a contest going that you guess the weight of the jar of shrimp food and win a prize. There is line of shrimp foods, shrimp treats, snail treats, snail supplements. There's his banner. Check him out on YouTube, Facebook, all that good stuff. And then over here, we've got the Fish Fam link, fishfam.link booth. And kind of some of the stuff they had on their table. Got some of the fish tubers just kind of chatting around it. Then down on the end here is the club table for the Brewing Club of Lancaster County. They were selling bags and shirts and thermal bags and mugs. But all together, it was a great event. Had a great time. And leave your comments below about what you thought about the walkthrough here. And if you're not subscribed, please subscribe, hit the notification bell, and come back to see my walkthrough. And I talk about what works well and what could have used improvements on the vendor booths, so that if you do a swap or a vendor setup or something like that, maybe it'll get you some tips. I'll see you next time.